Hey there, it's CJ Willie, and I'm back with another Magic the Gathering video. I have in front of me a 2014 core set intro pack. The 2014 core set was released in between the Return to Ravnica block and the original Theros block. The core sets were typically released in the summer months and mainly contained reprints and a few splashy rares and mythics that didn't quite fit into the theme of the preceding or following blocks. When I began playing Magic the Gathering, I enjoyed purchasing a couple of intro packs. They are not strong decks. In fact, they only have a couple of rares, but they definitely help me understand the synergy between the colors and the cards, and sometimes the synergy between mechanics that were produced in the set. This particular one is a white-green intro deck. On the front, one of the two rares would already be displayed in a foil treatment. The other rare would be inside the deck pack. Another cool feature of intro packs is that they included 2 booster packs, and the thought was, upon cracking those booster packs, hopefully I would pull cards that would match either the white or the green colors in the deck. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and get this one opened up. It is the Lightforce deck. I learned early on that you wanted to open these from the bottom. Made it so much easier to get the deck and the packs. There's the deck and the 2 intro packs. I'm going to save these 2 intro packs to open up on the channel later on. Each of the intro packs would contain 2 pamphlets. One would be a pamphlet that would give a little bit more information on the set, including the other 4 intro decks that were produced. These decks are dual colored. So there was Lightforce, Psychic Labyrinth, Death Reaper, Fire Surge, and Bestial Strength. There was a checklist of the cards included in the intro deck, along with a little bit of a storyline behind the composition of the deck, plus suggestions on other cards that I could put into the deck to strengthen it. The other flyer was mainly information about Magic the Gathering, a tutorial, if you will, to help newer players understand the game and how to build decks, covering the colors, the battlefield, turns, and information about what a person would need to put together a deck and play. The other side had some step-by-step tutorials of the order of play from upkeep to end of turn, along with a glossary of terms that was pretty helpful. In this intro deck, I don't believe that there are too many cards that had value. Occasionally there would be an uncommon that might have a little bit of value. Sometimes there would be a rare that would have value, but usually the value of that rare was suppressed because the intro packs were produced at a pretty high level. Go ahead and take a look at this intro deck, the Lightforce intro deck. Sometimes it's a little tough to figure out how to get these cards out of this internal packaging. The pull tab could be a little bit tricky to get open. As you can see, I'm struggling to get the rest of the plastic off of the intro deck. Move that out of the way. Alright, the first rare is a foil, a Johnny's Chosen. 4 mana, 2 and 2 white for a 3/3 cat soldier. Whenever an enchantment enters the battlefield under my control, I can put a 2/2 white cat creature token onto the battlefield. That enchantment is an aura. I can attach it to that token. That could be a fun card. I'll put the value of the rare cards down here, and if there's any uncommons or commons with some value, I'll put that down there as well. Soul Mender. Should have a couple of those. Capuchin Knight. Appears to be a deck that's a little bit low to the ground. Get creatures out pretty quickly. Voracious Worm, one of the uncommons, 2 of those. Aromancer goes off of the theme of enchantments. Banisher Priest. For a little bit, this was a card that had some value to it. I don't think it's got too much value at this point. 3 mana, 2/2. When it enters the battlefield, Exile a target creature an opponent controls until Banisher Priest leaves the battlefield. Charging Griffin, a flyer that can get a +1/+1 until end of turn when it attacks. And then there would be cards like Pillar-Filled Ox, 4 mana 2/4 with no abilities. Pretty boring. Dawnstrike Paladin, Vigilance Lifelink, 2/4 for 5 mana. Not that great. One of the coolest cards, most iconic cards in Magic the Gathering, especially at the uncommon level, Serra Angel, 5 mana 4/4 flying with Vigilance. Nowadays that's a little bit of a yawn, but back in the day, pretty powerful. And then there'll be a number of lands, plains, and some forests. Usually the split between the lands is around 24 to 25 lands, 12-12 split or a 13-12 split. Haven't quite seen the other rare in the pack. Elixir of Immortality. For a while that had some value, close to $1. Brave the Elements. It's a pretty good card. I think it's got some value. I don't believe that it's over $1, but a very handy protection card. Divine Favor, along with some pacifism, shut down my opponent's creatures. Staff of the Sun Mage. In Core Set 2014, there was an artifact produced of each color. Once you'd play a white spell or a basic land of that color, you could gain a life. Fortify, Trollhide, 3 Trollhide, Angelic Accord. I think this uncommon has some value to it. Congregate, and there's the other rare, Indestructibility. I believe this is around a $2 card. And finishing it up with Creature Control, or in green, Creature Destruction. This was a fight card. Anyway, there is the Lightforce deck. Definitely a lot of fun for me to open up this intro pack and relive some of the nostalgia of when I started Magic the Gathering all the way back in the original Innistrad block. Anyway, hope you enjoyed the video. If you did enjoy it, please like, subscribe, and share it. Take some time to tell me in the comments section what you think about this Lightforce intro pack deck. Till next time when I'm back to crack some more Magic the Gathering.